All right. I call this dream another dream. Dream another dream. To decide what's next in our lives and visualize and strategize how to get it. A lot of times people say, well, I don't have enough time to figure it out and to get a plan or a vision. I don't have enough time. Well, the thing is, each one of us have exactly the same number of hours that Helen Keller had. We have the same number of hours that Michelangelo had, the same number of hours that Leonardo da Vinci, same number of hours that Albert Einstein and Thomas Jefferson and George Washington and blah, 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 and every name that you could come up with. We have the same number of hours. And so what is it that we refer to these people in history and current people that they've really accomplished something? They had vision, and they dreamed dreams. Even if one dream didn't happen, then they got another dream. I read recently how a couple that had planned to, when they retired, they really wanted to see the whole country, to drive around the country and see the different parts of America by just driving. And they had saved up a certain amount of money and so forth, but they hadn't accounted for the high price of gas. And when all this happened, gas was at the highest rate that it has been ever. And so they were going to drive their RV all around the country and see the country that way. Well, they hadn't accounted for that, so they didn't have enough money to be able to do it. They would have only been able to go for a short time, then they would have had to go and go back to work. So they thought again. They dreamed another dream. They instead, on second thought, they went and they got hired by a trucking company to then drive a truck, and a fully stocked truck. I mean, they got everything and the kitchen sink in those truck cabs these days. So they got hired to drive around the country and see the country. So instead of dipping into their savings to then provide for that trip, they thought again and dreamed another dream and went, and now they're hired and they're paid to see the country. What am I saying? Sometimes it pays us to think again, that if everything doesn't pan out exactly the way that we had planned, maybe we should dream another dream. We should dream another dream, to quote Van Halen. We should dream another dream. In 1961, Julia Child, she was the chef that had that voice like this. In 1961, she graduated from cooking school with a quirky little idea for a TV show. 4 years later, she won an Emmy as America's favorite chef. Sometimes it doesn't take a long time to see our vision come to pass. Arthur Blanks and Bernie Marcus, they were fired from their home improvement jobs, and they put a business model together with an idea for a place called Home Depot. 3 years later, after they were fired from their home improvement jobs, their company was worth $1 billion in sales. 3 years. Jeff Bezos founded Amazon.com. At age 30, he was living in a 500 square foot apartment. 4 years later, his net worth was $10 billion with a B. So why do you use these grandiose examples? Because why just them? Why not you? Dream another dream. Maybe your dream hasn't gone to the place where you want it yet. Dream another dream. Think and delve deep. I believe that when you use those steps of review and repent and renounce and renew, that God has a clean slate and to be able to write on and to impress ideas on you. Those ideas are out there. One of these times we're going to grab a hold of them, and you're going to be the one that they're going to write little articles about. You're going to be in the magazines. You have brains in your head and feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own and you know what you know. You're the one who'll decide where you'll go. It's from my favorite book ever. Oh, the places you will go. Dr. Seuss. You decide where you'll go. You never know. There could be a point where when you go through a review, a repent, a renounce, and a renewal, be faced with a choice of where you go, you know what, I have this idea. And you could go, I'm going to make the leap, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for it with everything that I've got. And that could be the moment that causes your grandchildren to talk about you and what you did. That could be the moment that then set up for your children's children because you took the leap and you jumped out of the abyss into the other side of the great divide. It could be that moment that your grandchildren talk about you, or it could be the moment that you'd go, that's a long jump and I don't think I'm going to jump. And in that case, then your grandchildren will have to be content with talking about those delicious cookies that you used to bake. Or, you know, what your favorite sports team was. Or we can decide to be better. We can decide to leap, make the leap. Everybody say, make the leap. Make the leap. If you don't have a dream, how will you ever experience what it's like to have a dream come true? I always say that life can be a dream come true. You go to my MySpace page, it says, the first thing you see is it says, life can be a dream come true. Life can be a dream come true, but how will we know what it's like to experience a dream come true if we never have a dream? If we aim at nothing, we'll hit it every time. We've got to have a target. When you walk into a restaurant, you don't just say, Justin, bring me some food, right? You look at the menu and you go, I'll have the steak sandwich. Will that work? I'll have the steak sandwich. You get specific about what you want. It's the same thing in life. You get specific that you want to play quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Not for any other team. You want to play for the Jacksonville Jaguars. You get specific about what you want. It's life as a menu. We have to order it. We can do the same thing for our lives. Don't just say, my goal is to be happy. Be specific. The clearer and more vividly you visualize your goals, the easier it becomes to recognize them and acquire them. If possible, ride in it, fly in it, get a picture of it. Whatever it is, get a picture of it. Oh, what does that sound like? That sounds like a wall of vision. Put up a wall of vision. So the more you see it, the more it becomes real in your life. Talent, as I said before, is God's gift to you. What you do with it is your gift back. So what are you going to do with your talent? What are you going to do with your gifts? Some people say, well, I haven't recognized mine yet. Ask other people around you. What do you think I'm good at? Ask people that are closest to you. They can help you chart some courses. So let me ask you this as we end this little short segment. What would you do if you were guaranteed to succeed? What would you do if you were guaranteed to succeed? When you answer those questions, you'll have a good hint to having a dream. So then you can have dreams come true.